Good evening, lacrosse fans. Welcome inside Anoa Lagoa Arena for day 2 of the Survivors Cup. As first of 2 games on deck here, it'll be the Mimico Mountaineers taking on the Nepean Knights right here on JVI and Lacrosse TV, streaming live and free on YouTube for your viewing pleasure. Jake Elliott, Teddy Jenner with you once again. As no intros, no time to waste here, Teddy. The 2 teams are at center and set to go.
Yeah, first game for both these clubs. A lot of these guys have played in the Ontario Junior Tournament as well as the Future Stars Tournament. Both these teams should be very talented. And we're expecting a fantastic game to referee tonight. Cortland Blackarillo and Andrew Ecclestone.
Below the whistle, let's play some lacrosse. We're underway as the Mountaineers will wear their white jerseys. Double blue trim in there, as well as Nepean sporting their blacks with yellow and a little red in there, as well as the Knights will move left to right across your monitor here on JVI. And they'll get first possession on offense. And again here, Teddy, lots of new names and numbers to learn as the evening moves along. So once we get a game or 2 under our belts with these 2 clubs, we will settle in nicely as an early shot goes by the wayside, and Mimico will come up with possession.
That was Willem Firth with an excellent chance for Nepean. He went 3rd overall to Beaches in the Ontario Junior Draft, so expect a lot of talent from number 14 in black.
Outside shot. Let's get you the starting goaltenders in there as well. It's Callum Lever Prera in there for the Mountaineers, and starting for Nepean, it's Will Johnston, who, well, it counts as maybe one of the best goalies here in Canada at this age group.
Yeah, he backed up Beaches in the Ontario Junior Tournament, was the Beaches Future Star starting goaltender. And talking to everybody out here, he is a talented young netminder. Expect a great showing from him between the pipes tonight.
Great save off there off of Aston for Prera. And Mimico will get possession here. We play 3 20-minute running time periods. They will stop the clock for penalties, and if the game is tight in the 3rd period, we will play stop time in the dying minutes, as well as a push on the back there gets called on Bafia. And Mimico will get a fresh 30 to work with here, as Alex Roussel will start the offense for Double Blue. Pass inside, and that one tipped off the stick, and Johnson's got it as he looks to outlet. And if you're new to Anoa Lagoa Arena here, aka the Turtle Dome, benches on opposite sides, which can make for some interesting transition. We got a delayed call coming here against Mimico early, as backing out is William Firth. 6 attackers on here for the Knights as they'll get set up. 8 on the shot clock. Got to go to work quickly. Firth one more time. Skip feed down to the crease. Maybe a chance coming. It scores. Charlie Hertner opens the scoring here for Nepean, and it's 1-0 off the delayed call. Wipe out the penalty.
Yeah, a little late in the 30, but an excellent outside bouncer. And beat the goalie far side, top corner. Great job 6 on 5, an early lead here for Nepean.
Should probably get you the coaching staffs in here as well. I have not seen Troy Cordonley down on that Mimico bench, so I believe it's George, DJ Cleveley down there as well. Across the way, you got Jake Fox and Jacob Rouet leading the Knights.
Along with Matt Firth.
Yes, of course. Matt Firth over there as well. Back to center we go. 3 minutes into this opening period, and Nepean scoring first as they take the 1-0 lead. As Mimico comes up with the loose ball, it's poked away, and we'll get a back over violation. No clear of the zone, as we kind of play in a bit of a hybrid NLL rulebook here tonight, with the exception of the goalies still using their wooden goal sticks. But for the most part, so we got a broken twig down on the turf here. They're going with the NLL rules, 8-second count, quick restarts, and some crease rules as well that these guys will have to get used to. Mimico comes up with possession, lead feed off the bench, just a little too far out of the reach of Cam Asenza. And a battle for the loose ball in this near corner. Our view a little bit obstructed down in that corner from our broadcast location. Thankfully, we have a beautiful monitor provided by JVI in front of our eyes.
Treat us like kings here.
Oh my goodness, we got a fan. I stole a comfy chair for tonight as well. Good ball movement here from Mimico. Better defense from Nepean, however. Still time on the shot clock, and Johnson trying to find in behind his goal, and Nepean comes up with it. And by all accounts here, Teddy, Nepean on the cusp of maybe joining the Ontario Junior Lacrosse League, playing Junior B, but the minor system is on the come up here, and I don't think it's going to be too long. That's back over there on Mimico as well, no? Oh, I guess they got the center line tape going, so they're not playing those restraining lines. If you can see on your screen the 3 strips of tape for the restraining line and then at center as well, those are the lines they're playing here for this tournament in the Survivors Cup.
Nice save by Johnson there. The Mimico player dove across the crease, and Johnson stayed with him to keep this a 1-0 game.
So just getting back to it, Nepean, all accounts coming into this tournament, and they'll be a force to reckon with here, and I don't think it's going to be too long before they find themselves moving up a level. A little shovel ahead, nice handle. One-handed there from Finley Thompson.
Finley Thompson, the younger brother of Ty Thompson in the NLL.
Thompson with room, just opened up for him, and he put one off the crossbar as he had Johnson beat over the right shoulder. Now a chance back the other way on the breakaway. In comes McLeod, and he scores. Liam McLeod on the breakaway finds the back of the goal, and just like that, it's 2-0 Knights.
Unassisted goal by McLean. Just great job getting his feet moving, keeps the space, keeps his stick high, one stick fake, and then goes stick side.
Oh, situation where the stick's seeing a little more goal than the eyes do there, and a good reach just inside the pipe. Beats Lever Prairie cleanly.
Yeah, Lever Prairie just tried to stay with him as best he could, but nice stick fake and a nice shot makes it 2-0. An early start here for Nepean. We didn't see a 2-goal lead the game last night between Akwesasne and Tri-Nation till late in the third period, so maybe we're in store for a few more goals here tonight. Last night finished 10-6 in favor of the hometown Akwesasne Indians. They came back to win that game.
And he just teed me up to let you know that game, if you did miss it last night, now has been uploaded to the JVI YouTube channel, and there will be a playlist compiled here of the Survivors Cup that you can go back and watch all the games. But that game from last night, as Teddy mentioned, 10-6. And they're going to count that one, and they should. A beautiful goal there. Just as the shot clock expires, it gets past the Mimico goaltender, and 3-0 Knights out of the gate here.
Owen Williams with a nice little bit of a toe drag. Tuck gets inside his defender, then a little dip and dunk. Gets all the way up over top of Lever Prairie. And that's an excellent pull there.
Looking like a young Jamie Taylor on that move right there, Teddy.
Oh, now I'm kind of hurt because he kind of looked like a young Teddy Taylor. But he did. Tails, an absolute legend. Great name pull there, Jumbo.
Appreciate it. That guy could do magic down on the crease for a left-hander.
And he could throw the lefts.
He sure could. It's those two. Not that we want to see any of that in this tournament here.
But a nice start here from Nepean. They're controlling the face-offs. They're controlling the pace of play. They got that 3-0 lead. And Mimico just not able to get out of the gate
There's
yet.
4. And looking undeterred here are the Junior B Nepean Knights. They are not intimidated by this Mimico team one bit, and they're out 4-0 here with the clock moving in this first period.
Yeah, Nick Pelche wide open on the backside. Great extra look. We kind of talked about that last night with Akwesasne and Tri-Nations. They often like to find that extra pass. Maybe sometimes for the fancier goal, more wide open, but that time just an open look cross crease and an excellent finish from Pelche.
A little case of ball watching there from Zach McDonald, who will take the ensuing face-off here after giving up that 4th goal for Mimico. And he'll win it, and he'll scoop it, and he'll try and get out of trouble here. So he gets it off to a teammate. But look at this, Teddy. 4 Knights around the lacrosse ball here, and they jar it free. It's going to be Knight ball. That's the way you attack a Lucy off the face-off. Just swarmed it. And quick restart. Man, open down in the crease, and big stop there from Pereira's. He's got to keep his team in it now until the Mimico offense can get rolling.
And often at a time like this, early on, you don't want to waste a timeout. You'd usually see DJ Cleveley maybe pull his young goaltender, put the backup in, but Mimico doesn't have a backup. So Lever Prairie is going to be in this for the long haul.
There's the chance in the goal from the Mountaineers. And that might just settle him down here a little bit as Johnston goes for a walk. But a nice little tuck there from Finley Thompson as he goes up and over the shoulder of 31 in black.
Finley Thompson off to Michigan.
Good hard pick there on the back too to open up Thompson, who set the pick and then cuts to the goal. That's the way you do it.
All 3 of his brothers played at Marquette, but he's going to buck the trend and go to Michigan.
Fortunately, I did not go to Ohio State, so I'm allowed to say Michigan as well, Ted.
Yeah.
That's the rule, though. That team up north. Another face-off win here for the Knights. And what do we got here? Penalty call coming. Too many men. And this will be a penalty here. Whether it's offense or defense, too many men is going to result in a 2-minute minor here.
It looked like Isaac Willis just stepped out the front door a little too early and get our first look at this Mimico power play.
So they have not stopped the clock here on the penalty call, and I think now they finally have. So about 10 seconds ran off. It won't cost them on the power play time.
Then the guy, the box here, and just a little slow, getting the guy there.
That was me. Like, it was like the tap. Two, you're going to the box to serve the bench minors, man. Get over it. I'm not ragging. I'm not chasing. I'm not on the short. So just get in the box.
Got you on the score sheet.
Pad the stats. So waiting to get a man over there. It'll be Mimico man advantage, as it looks like Thompson will orchestrate things from the point. Collison to his right. And you got Senza to his left.
Dax Windier serving the penalty for Nepean.
I'm really not sure what the delay is right now.
I think they might be just discussing that they're calling this a penalty for both on offense and defense, maybe, but we don't have the mics refed up here, so not sure what Andrew Ecclestone is discussing with both benches.
We don't have the mics refed up. We don't have the refs mic'd up, Teddy.
You sure that's what I said?
Yeah. All right, here we go. 4-1 Nepean, but Mimico goes to the man advantage. Thompson, little motion. Here comes the pass back to Thompson. Now, good cut. Man, good stop from Johnson. That was an excellent set play on the man advantage. I'm not sure I've ever seen that kind of look. Well-designed play and executed. Just a better stop from the goaltender.
The standard drag and flip pick, but the picker rolled to the middle and an excellent look inside. But again, Will Johnson, early 4 straight stops.
Tell you what, I might go back and watch the tape on that one and just throw that down in the old coaching book there for that play. Mimico will come up with a stop defensively and find Thompson stepping off the Mimico bench. Seam 5 culprits back out there offensively, as Alex Roussel works his way down to this near crease. And you got McLeod down there on that far one. Ball bobbled here. Senza, and it's turned over. And here come the Knights on the run. They might get a chance shorthanded. It's O'Connell, and he just bounced it off the post as it stays out. Just kind of floated one there. And now he's going to pick up a penalty on the back check.
That's a lazy penalty, maybe a bit of a frustrating one by McConnell. As Thompson rings it off an Nepean defender's helmet.
I don't think that was intentional. He'll go over and give him a little talking to after that one, saying, I was just trying to register a shot and get the whistle for the 2-man advantage. Sorry for pegging you right in the face mask.
The defender didn't even move. He just soaked it.
That's like no reaction
that's
whatsoever.
a good defender who knows that he's going to soak one.
Here's the penalty call coming. Just a hit on the back. Can't do that.
8:45 remaining here in the opening period.
Well, this is the opportunity Mimico was looking for here, trailing by 3 in this first period. 2-man advantage now as they'll keep a man high, work the 4-on-3 down low, and get stopped from Johnson. Ball squirts free out of the crease from behind the net now as they'll work it down low. Thompson over the top with it. Johnson stares it down. I don't think it registered on goal, so shot clock running down to 10. And that was an ill-advised pass that's picked off easily. Bafia. Now you got to get it out. Pass up, bounces off the turf, and a foot race forward into the corner, and Pereira will clamp down on that with the goal stick.
So the first penalty, the 2-man minor, is over. Now just the penalty to O'Connell.
And honestly, when you're 2 men short, that's the job at hand. Get past that first one. So if you do give up the power play goal, you're back to even strength. And still over a minute to work with here for the Mountaineers. Thompson. Fake the pass, takes the shot, good stick in the lane again, and that one just sails out of play.
Yeah, that was an excellent stick by the defender. Just didn't allow Thompson to get that shot off.
Another short hop pass played well off the end wall by Downey. And he'll go for a run here with time to kill for the Knights. Remember now, it's not that white line, that thick one you see across your screen. It's at center. His corkscrew shot shoots the scars. Pelche makes it 5-1. Shorty for the Knights.
Pelche with his second of the evening. And just good off ball. Cuts hard to the middle. Stick fake. And as you like to say, Jumbo, a little corkscrew twister. Beats Lever Pereira.
Tell you what, I'm
5-1 here.
ultraly impressed here by Nepean early in this game.
Yeah, and this just goes to show the level of play that is in Nepean. Yes, this is an under-19 sort of showcase of the younger junior players, but the level of product all the way up the ranks is going to be this good for the Nepean Knights. And if they have the talent to get to Junior A, the only thing teams won't like is the fact that they got to drive 5 hours all the way out here.
Hey, well, it works. It's a two-way highway, if you will, Teddy.
True enough.
Nepean's got to make the trips as well. And listen, you can work that schedule where you're getting 2 games in a weekend on the road and vice versa if you got to. If that's a major concern for you, you play Saturday, Sunday, make the trip down, get it over with, and that's done.
Over and back called on Nepean Knights. So Mimico back to 5-on-5 here, unable to score on the power play.
I've just been marveling at their face-off houndness, if that's a word, Tay. They just go after the ball carrier off the draw. They might give up opportunities in transition if they don't get it free, but they are literally tripling the ball carrier, and another corkscrew attempt by Pelche fell out of the pocket. Brown works it ahead, and it's picked up finally here by the Mountaineers and Brock Redwood, sporting a Allura Mohawks helmet there. Dane Dobie's old minor association. Shout out to Allura. Here's a chance, a high bomb there off the shoulder of Johnson. As Collison let it fly. Now a 2-on-1 here for the Knights is in they come. Pass across. Here's the fake, the shot, and a toe stop by Lever Pereira.
That was an excellent save off Lasenba, who, again, in transition, couple sticks fake, tried to go low. But Lever Pereira stayed with him.
They're getting it done defensively, in transition, offensively. Shorthanded goal in there as well here for Nepean, who lead this thing 5-1 with under 5 to go in this first period. Thompson back in. He is really the quarterback of this Mimico offense as he goes across to Collison. He'll have a look, got a good high screen, now lowers the shoulder. Collison across the top, past his shooting angle now, takes, oh my goodness, just got slammed into the end boards. Cue that replay up, please, Matthew, as that was an absolutely devastating hit into the end wall.
I wonder what Ecclestone's going to call here.
You could hear the crunch into the end boards off that check, and I don't think it was necessarily a dirty hit or a hit from behind. I just think he got caught in a vulnerable position and just got driven into the end wall.
And he's going to give him a boarding call. Not sure if that was a 4 or 5 minute. Couldn't see the signal from Ecclestone.
Nate Woods, here it is again, as his momentum is carrying him. And just kind of got caught and just got the shove when he was about 2 feet away, and that's a dangerous spot to take a hit.
5 minute power play here for Mimico. So they couldn't score 5-on-3. Can they take advantage of a 5 minute power play and get themselves back into this contest?
They cannot get frustrated here. They've got to stick with it, and they're getting their opportunities, but Johnson right now has had their number. Here's Thompson, a bouncer, and a good stop from Johnson again as he tracked that one with the stick side shoulder. Thompson again as he fires, looking 5-hole this time, and that one ricochets in behind the goal. Digging it out of there nicely was McLeod. New 30, and now a penalty call again coming here to Nepean. As that shot whistles wide, it'll stay in play here. 20 on the shot clock. They have the one-man advantage, and now they're just going to fire again as that goes off a stick, and this comes back across center as the whistle goes, and it's going to be a lengthy 2-man advantage here. Remember that penalty to Nate Woods was a 5er. Now a deuce going to go up on the board here, and Mimico needs to make hay here on this man advantage in this first period, trailing by 4.
2 minute trip call on number 2, Braden Gardner. And it looks like they're going to give both goalies a little bit of water here. It is a bit of a hot one in an Olago arena.
Wasn't sure whether they called timeout, but just goalies, I believe,
yeah,
allowed to the bench for some H2O. tripping the call on Gardner. As we do have PA assistance here tonight, Teddy. We did not have that last night. Good to hear the sounds echoing through Anoa Lagoa Arena.
It will definitely help us. Opening ceremonies will be between these two games, so an excellent opportunity to
Are we going to carry that on the
celebrate
stream,
the
Matt?
area.
Okay, so we're not going to be announcing it, but the stream will be up and live watching the opening ceremonies if you would like to partake in that. There's a chance right there for Tasse, who showed off his speed, but big time stop from the Mimico goaltender, and maybe numbers back the other way here from Mimico. They don't want to force the issue here with a two-man advantage. And now another penalty call coming, and Mimico's going to get rung up for too many men on a sloppy change. Just not hustling to the bench there, Teddy, and the offensive guy's got to be a little more responsible as well, but I think you could put that on both.
Yeah, and
Got to run.
You got to run on, you got to run off. That's simple rules of lacrosse, and any coach will tell you if you're not walking.
If you're not running, you're walking.
Yeah, and that's going to hurt a team, and now it's 4-on-3, so an opportunity here for Nepean to kill a little bit of clock.
But they almost, well, double clutched on the pass there. They managed to keep it on the right side of the line here with Pelche, who's got a couple in this opening period. Mimico just keeping a safety valve back inside. There's the shot that goes off a leg and unable to scramble behind, but a good loose ball pickup from Aiden McDonald. And here comes the Mimico power play once again. It's a 4-on-3 now. As Thompson, Collison, McLeod, and Roussel, your four-man power play unit out there. This is Thompson sliding low, pass across, Collison, flip. Here's McLeod, and a good stop from Johnson. Rebound chance goes right to Thompson. New 30 here for the Mountaineers. And Collison will run to open pastures and set things up once again. Flip it over the shoulder. McLeod reaching, and Johnson stretching for a knee stop there.
McLeod probably could have taken another step if he wanted it, but again, Johnson equal to the task.
Faking, another save for Johnson, who is dialed in here in this opening period.
Yeah, he's just fresh off playing with the Beaches in the Junior A and as well as the Futures tournament, so he's seen a lot of rubber, and he's probably in fine form as he stopped all 10 so far, 9 of 10 so far.
90 seconds to play here in this opening 20.
4-on-4 across here for 30 seconds.
Nepean down to 5 on the shot clock. They'll get called on a moving pick. And Mimico will get possession as they're off to the races quickly here with Brown. Thompson has a check up at the clock, checks the penalty time as well. And just confers with the coach on what he wants to do here late in this man advantage. Minute to go. Here comes the man out of the box. He'll make his way to the bench. And on comes Collison late. He'll take the high feed.
5 on the shot clock.
He'll load it and fire, and he bounced it off of a Nepean player, but did not get out of play, and it's a shot clock violation.
Excellent job by the Nepean short man team. Keep sticks in lanes, bodies in lanes, and do the best he can to keep shots away from Will Johnson.
Minute and 10 to go in this man advantage as Isaac Wills will go for a run. Switches to the left after having it in the right and move it across the floor. 5 on the shot clock for the Knights, and my goodness, that one almost floated over the shoulder. Shot came from behind the goal, and even though it hit the goaltender, you cannot register a shot on net from below the goal line. And Mimico get the timeout here with 5.8 to go, and I don't mind the call here. You can't take your timeouts with you, so call this one now with 5.8, Teddy. Get that ball up the floor quickly if you can, especially now you probably pull your goaltender, go 2 extra men, and try and get one here before the end of the period.
And I think they might even put a couple ticks back up on the clock. So you might get maybe 6.8 to go. Santa coming to town. Gleewood Day.
I hate to tell you, Gleewood Day, my head is like 8. You got anything bigger than that?
I do.
Okay.
You take that, I'll get you another one.
You are the man.
The other ones aren't as nice, but it'll fit you.
All right, I love it,
keeping
man.
5.8 on the clock as Jumbo shops for some free souvenirs.
Hey, Medicine Men gear is the best around here. We got a script for our sponsors as well, Gleewood Day? All right.
So 42 left on the minor penalty to Nepean.
We'll work those in. Okay.
And they'll go 5-on-4. They'll keep Lever Pereira
Sure.
in between the pipes. So just go straight up 5-on-4 here with 5.8 left.
And here we go. Thompson will run it ahead. They delay the start of the clock here. They still have not started the clock period. Now they let it run. Pass is high for Collison. He'll skip it down to the crease. And one last chance. They took too long. And the period comes to a close. They'll start the second on the man advantage as Mimico actually outshoots Nepean here 10-8 in that opening period. But the Knights put up 5, and they lead Mimico by 4.
Fast start for Nepean. Let's see if they can keep it up after the break.
Let's get you a quick word in here from our tournament sponsors. This event would not be possible without their generosity. Chief Green Naturals on Cornwall Island, Chiefs Tobacco of Kahnawake, Club 24 of Kahnawake, Bears Den Akwesasne, Lacrosse 28, Kahnawake Lacrosse, Ottawa Capitals, the Orangeville Northman Alumni, Mohawk Lacrosse, Mega City Promotions, Bergamanis Preya, and your live local radio, 97.3 CCON. You know it, you love it. Thanks to all our sponsors. We're back in 4.5 minutes for period number 2. Welcome back to Survivors Cup here from Anoa Lagoa Arena in Akwesasne. It's Jake Elliott, Teddy Jenner with you here on day 2, game 1 of day 2, Teddy. And Nepean comes out firing in this one, 5-1. We'll talk about that here in just a second. But chance to get in a few more sponsors here before second period action gets going. We want to thank Sanderson Source for Sports in Orangeville, Ontario. Kilcoyne Farms, Donville Kent Asset Management, Howard Jones Millwork, Road and Williams Limited. We truly appreciate all your support here as you watch the Survivors Cup live free streaming on JVI's YouTube channel. Channel 2 here tonight will be on Channel 1 the rest of the way here, Teddy. But ultra impressed here with Nepean. First time I've had a chance to see this program play, and they lead at 5-1. And why are they not switching ends?
This is a great question. Nepean jumped out to a 4-0 lead. And then Mimico got their first goal of the evening. And then Nepean added a late one to make it 5-1, the second goal of the game from Nick Pelche.
We do have an open gate down. Oh, good job from Ecclestone to pick that up. I still have no idea why we are not switching ends.
It's a great question. I do not know that answer.
Maybe we can find that out. As any idea here, Matt? Okay. We'll go with it. Adjust on the fly. Teams are back at center and set to go. Mimico will start the period on the man advantage here, trailing by 4. Below the whistle, let's play some lacrosse as the Mountaineers win the draw. Does Thompson, can he come up with a loose ball now? He can, and finds an open teammate. Nicely done.
Nice job by Finley Thompson, showing his versatility, winning that draw, getting the loose ball, and still being able to get that pass away.
5-man power play unit right back out there once again. Same 5 if ascends up. Thompson, Collison. Here's Thompson, and that shot blocked. As McLeod gets the loose ball, he'll find Collison in deep. And Rousseau, who was parked on the crease, will run out of time on the shot clock, and close to a delay of game there as well. I don't know, Ted, they just look like a little disorganized on the power play here so far.
A little lackadaisical too. You know, we saw that first play they ran. It was textbook. It was picture perfect, but Johnson made the save, but they haven't really been able to find any chemistry since.
Broken stick for Isaac Wills, who stepped into a cross-check and broke his own stick. This is Pelche finding the open man. Quick dart into the middle, fire it wide, and almost took out the referee on the... Yes. 5 on the shot clock. Shot, kick, stop, and a beauty there from Lee Reprera. As Mimico will clear the zone as we're back to 5-on-5 lacrosse, and the score remains 5-1.
Nice job by Aaron Taguri to get that ball out of the corner, up floor. And again, with the benches on opposite sides, the transition game becomes a little bit of a different tactic. It's a bit of a chess game, and because you have guys coming from the opposite floors, and your normal transition isn't always there. It's going to be the second and third guys coming off the bench that will be open.
Don't want to take an interference call now as the clock will expire, and the Knights just continue to be aggressive on the ball carrier. Both off the faceoff and defensively, they really pressure. It's where you see Mimico kind of sag back in a little bit as the outside shot comes. It's handled there from Pereira, and a back-in violation stepping into the crease. We'll give the ball back to Nepean.
Yeah, I heard Dean George when I went down on the floor to get some stats. He made the comment to his goaltender that they're going to do a better job of getting to sticks, but that time a diagonal feed and a finish by Nick Baffia makes it 6-1. Oh, check that. That was 20 Liam Aston.
Regardless, it is 6-1 Nepean here as you watch it again on your replay on JVI. And just a good off-ball backdoor cut, beat his man to the rack. And in it goes. Ethan Brown just couldn't recover.
And if you set a good off-ball up screen, that backdoor guy sliding down the channel is going to be very good.
How come the goalies don't change ends?
I'm not sure, sir. I don't know.
We don't. They should.
Yeah, yes, they should. I've been watching lacrosse for a while. Yeah, no, I know. Thank you. We're going to get some interaction with the crowd here. That's just apparent.
Jake, do you know the rules?
Yeah, I've seen a couple of games. I'm pretty sure they're supposed to switch, but they didn't, and I don't know why. So some other people in the crowd asking why I didn't have the answer. I said, if you find out, please let me know. 6 by Nepean. Hang on, Teddy. I just got to get some 50 feet.
I know you do, bud. You're on a heater.
I'll
Here's
take $10 worth, please.
Near side.
Cutting through was Aston once again. And that pass kind of handcuffed him a little bit, and Mimico will come up with a stop.
Nepean had 6 guys on the floor, and neither referee saw it.
Undetected, and Mimico will take possession here. As they'll get up into the offensive zone. Shots on goal now tied at 11 as Thompson with room to walk in here. Just outside the dotted circle now, working the two-man game. Gets a little separation and just unable to kind of finish off the play was Asenza. But that's the way you execute the two-man game there. Just the pass was there. Don't forget your shoot. Thank you very much. Nepean trying to pad their 5-goal lead here from the outside. And knocked down. Tassé with it. Looking for somebody to dish off to and finds the stick of Firth. He'll load and fire and almost slipped at 7-hole. Didn't get through. Loose ball knocked away. Chance in front. And we'll get a whistle here and an interference call on the Mountaineers as Nepean just, they almost look like they're just more ready to play, Teddy.
Yeah, they came out of the gates firing. This Matt Firth has his team ready to go, and you know, I think this is an excellent opportunity for this group to kind of really show that they belong.
Well, after 25 minutes of play, I'll say they do. I know we're U19 here, but full marks for the Knights. Chance, Johnson, and really, anytime that Mimico has gotten the opportunity, they've run into number 31 down the other end, who's just shut the door.
Yeah, Will Johnson has been absolutely spectacular here so far. That was another great stop, this time off the stick of Aaron Taguri.
Thompson orchestrating once again, fires a high bomb right past the ear hole of Johnson as it ricochets off the end wall, and back the other way we go. Breakaway opportunity. Knights, and a glove hand stop there from Pereira.
O'Connell through the crease, but that's a bit of a confidence builder for Pereira. He's made a couple saves back-to-back here.
Yeah, one he needed to have, and he got it. As they don't go too deep on the out of the offensive gate here. I mean, it's 6, 7 guys that are running out the front gate here on a consistent basis. There's some new bodies out there now along with Roussel. He'll fire. Kick stop from Johnson. Loose ball. McLeod was 2 at first. And the Mountaineers come up with it here. And Kerrigan. Feet in front. Thompson couldn't handle. Knights have it, but penalty call coming here to Nepean once again. And Mimico continues to get opportunities here, Teddy, on the man advantage, but they have not been able to make the Knights pay.
They are, I believe, 0 for 4 so far tonight, including a 5-on-3 and a 5-minute power play. And down by 5 here early in the second. They need to start scoring some goals because they cannot allow Nepean to continue to create separation.
No, it's not like they haven't had their opportunities to get themselves in this game. But when you play as aggressive defense as Nepean does, you are going to take some penalties. But maybe they're just that confident in their short man that they are willing to play that way. I mean, it hasn't cost them yet. Thompson will steal a ball away. It gets rocked into the end boards. Ball squirts free here for Collison. And they got a 22-second shot clock to work with here. Roussel from a bad angle and a stick save. I mean, Johnson's just going to swallow that up all night.
Yeah, they're getting open looks, are the Mountaineers, but their actual shot selection hasn't been great so far. A lot of over the net, a lot of wide, but too many into the stick of Will Johnson. He's just making it look easy out there.
Well, and when you're struggling to score goals, you got to get to the dirty areas of the floor, and it's like a jump shooter trying to get his game going. You got to get a layup before you're going to open up the 18-footer. As that one comes from well out. And it'll be a back over violation. 50 seconds to go here in the power play time for the Mountaineers.
Don't forget game 2 tonight, Orangeville Akwesasne at 7:30. And in between this game and that will be the opening ceremonies.
You can catch it all right here on JVI's YouTube channel 2 this evening. There's a goal from Collison. They finally beat Johnson from the outside, and it comes from the lefty sniper. In 22 in white, Matt Collison. The Big Rick, they call him, Teddy. And rightly so.
He's a big body, and that's just an excellent step-down shot. Beats Johnson far side, and when you can capitalize on the power play, you can start to give your offense a little bit of life, and that was a much-needed goal by the Mountaineers.
And he'll be comfortable wearing the same colors as he's off to play lacrosse for one Jonathan Grant Jr. at Johns Hopkins. Johns Hopkins, I should say, Ted. Thank you. Can pluralize both. It's rarity. There's Pelche, who's looked sharp here this evening. Pass in front, deflecting right in on Lever Pereira. By the way, folks, if you're tuned in here to the Survivors Cup on day 2 and you want to be interactive during the broadcast, feel free to get at both of us. Diving attempt there, and John, look out, his collision in the crease. You can find Teddy Jenner at Off the Crossbar, E on the end of cross, just like the sport of lacrosse. Off the Crossbar for Ted Jenner, I am at PXP, the number 4 sports. PXP for sports is where you can find me. And we'd love to hear from you throughout the evening on the broadcast here. If we can answer any questions or concerns for you, we'd be happy to do it.
The only thing we can't do is tell you why the goalies didn't switch ends.
No, don't ask us that, because we don't have the answer for you. And we'll try and pick that up in the second. If they don't switch again, then we know we're on to something. Late shot clock attempt, and smartly just rolling that one in the corner was Cam York. And Mimico will get the ball back here as we approach the halfway mark of the period in game.
A nice little up-floor pressure from Nepean, just trying to create some turnovers in transition, and with Mimico kind of struggling to get out of their own zone. That's not a bad defensive strategy.
There's a chance in front and a good goal there from Mimico, and that's what we're talking about, Ted Jenner. Get yourself to the top of the crease, increase your scoring opportunity just like that. As right on top was Ryan Langill.
He is a big, big body, and like you said, gets to the dirty area, come off a pick, get to the front, and puts that one back short side on Johnson. And that's a 2-goal run for the Mountaineers. Maybe they can get some momentum going, now only down 3.
You can see him kind of grab his hip. He took a cross check right on the old hip bone there. That does not feel very good. Doesn't hurt quite as much, though, when you tuck the ball in. As Nepean comes up with the face-off after the Mimico goal here. It's a 3-goal spread now for the Knights. And next goal, this one's a biggie. New stick. There for Isaac Wills. Pass in front. There is Wills, and he trickles it in, but waved off in the crease. Good call there. As clearly inside the cylinder when that ball rolled into the goal.
Yeah, just a little too tight to the crease was Willis, but that's what Nepean's been doing. Pick, roll, get to the middle, find the cutter, and get an excellent opportunity on Lever Pereira.
Collison feeling himself a little bit afterwards. Says, come high, I'll set the pick. He goes low. Pass comes inside. Backhand shot right on. And Johnson had the stick down between the legs where it should be. And made that stop. 18-14 your shot to make it 19-14 now, Mimico. But they trail by 3 as in come the Knights pouring off their bench on the far side of the floor. Room, double screen, high shot. Lever Pereira the stop, and he's got the rebound as well. That's such a big thing for the goaltender. Not only do you need to make that stop, but you need to control that rebound as well, so there's no second and third opportunities in tiring out your defense.
Mimico trying a little hidden ball trick flip, but
didn't work.
Didn't work.
Downey, oh my. Athletic move there, but just put it wide. He's going to get another chance as he switches hands here. Corkscrew shot, shits and scars. Excuse me, it was Nate Woods, not Downey. 12, not 11. And impressive nonetheless there from Nate Woods.
Yeah, he tried the corkscrew on the initial attempt.
Watch this move right here.
And then gets it back on the second attempt and goes exact same move, short side twister.
That is impressive.
And that's a skill that a lot of people don't have, to be able to go cross-handed like that and still put it on net.
And he did it once right-handed, and then he did it left-handed. I don't think I could do it either-handed.
No, it was both were left-handed.
Were they?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, look at Johnson. As Toronto Beach's mask, as they'll don that over his head once again. As this Nepean Knights stop the mini goal run here from Mimico. And push the lead back up to 4 with the clock stopped at 7:37 here to go in this second period. Get yourself a cold Evian, Ted. Need it.
That water is going to be key.
Loose ball off the face-off, won by the Knights. They'll come straight up the floor with it, taking hacks and whacks as he moves it into the zone, then just threw it away. As he rolls it into the corner, his teammate didn't know it was there. And I'm not sure why O'Connell just kind of gave up on that play.
I think he felt the double team, didn't want to get the over back, tried to just ice it into an open corner and did, but unfortunately his teammate just wasn't paying attention where the ball was.
There's Thompson. He's looking to get going in this one. Roussel on the spin move, got a good clear out pick, and then
a pick coming up.
Thompson
Penalty coming to Finley. Thompson.
Yeah, he just got to stick up high on the pick, up in the shoulder neck area there, and he'll sit for a deuce or less as Nepean. Power play unit coming onto the turf here at Anoa Lagoa Arena, and a chance to extend the lead from 4 to 5 here if they can cash in on the man advantage.
And this is their first chance on the power play.
Yeah, that'll get you 2. Wow. Here we go. We'll step in. Firth will work the point. We got Tassé. Elche out there, of course, as well. Firth down to the crease. 15 on the shot clock. Flip it. Tassé will send it wide, and it'll skip out of play.
Yeah, nothing too fancy there from the Knights. Just standard ball moving along the outside, and Mimico did a good job keeping them there.
Now they'll try and get in the zone here, and now they're going to try and get to the cage. Short-handed, and Johnson stared him down and made the stop, and then threw the crease first to touch.
I think Mimico wanted an interference call there, but Ecclestone will give possession back to Nepean.
Good explanation there from Black as he came across the Mimico bench, as unfortunately Ian Garrison unable to make the tournament this weekend. As there's a quick stick into the back of the goal. Firth. And it's not your traditional power play marker, but they count all the same. And it's 8-3 for the Knights.
And the Mimico defense just not aware. Double pick inside. And that's McDonald just kind of losing Firth, who slipped down the back.
And you can see it. He knows it as he puts his stick above his head. Just kind of got picked off and then lost a little bit. So penalty time comes off. We go back to 5-on-5. Clock ticking down here in this second period, approaching 5 to go in it. And what do you know? A 5-goal lead here for the Knights. Long pass up off the bench. Here they come again. And they score again. They're not getting sorted defensively here today. They're not sure who to pick up, when to pick him up, and they're just looking a little bit lost out there. I don't know how else to explain it.
Yeah, and that's simple. It's just no communication. When there's no communication, guys get lost through transition, and that's just another opportunity for Nepean. But Mimico needs to sort their back end out. This is just not doing any favors to their goaltender, Callum Lever-Pereira. And he's just getting hung out to dry. They've hung 9 on him already, and every time they come down the floor, Nepean's just getting a good look, and Mimico doesn't really have an answer defensively right now.
And then they're winning faceoffs to boot after the fact as well, and coming up with possession again and keeping momentum on your side. And I think the key word in all of that, Teddy, was communication. And I don't know if people really understand how important it is to talk on defense, not only when you're on the bench, but more importantly on the floor. And picking guys up early, sorting picks, knowing when to switch, when to stay, when the ball's loose, how much time's in the shot clock. All of that needs to be communicated throughout your entire defense.
Yeah, and you know, we're, 30 feet away from the floor. We can use this close. Should be able to hear guys communicating, talking defensively. There's just no talk on the Mountaineers' back end.
Trying to work their way across center here. Here comes Roussel. He'll find Collison far side. Mimico looking for their 4th, and a rocket there from Collison, skipped wide. Nepean comes back up with the ball. They're off to the right. Good stick check there from Collison to knock it free. How about the handle? One-handed, in he comes, and the stop there from Pereira. How about the dangle from McKinnon?
That would have been on the highlight reels.
Looking like a young Andy Ogilvie with that loose ball one-handed. 3:13 to go here in the second period. People are going, Andy who? The youngsters?
He's
legend.
originally an Eastern guy, is he
Yeah,
not?
Peterborough boy, yeah, of course. Yeah, Mitch, nephew, I believe, for Mitch Ogilvie of Andy. I want to say New York Ripta. Here's Thompson over his shoulder. McLeod with a bouncer, and that one will sky high into the air here, and foot race forward at center. It's a back over violation, and lucky not to get a too many men call as well. Akwesasne flipped it back over his head. Nepean, 6-goal lead here in the late stages of period number 2. And getting some fresh bodies onto the floor now in Cam York, who has not seen a lot of PT here in this first 40 minutes, but with a 6-goal spread, going a little deeper into the bench here in the second period. Mimico comes up with a stop on defense.
And with the opposite benches, Nepean is basically coming straight out of their backdoor gate, right to the front door of Mimico, picking guys up right away.
Smart.
And it's slowing the transition game down of the Mountaineers.
Here's a chance, and a stop from Johnson as coming open across the crease was McIntosh. But again, the Nepean goaltender, Johnson, has been sharp this entire game so far. Another chance for Thompson on the shovel shot. It rolls to the goal line. It's underneath him and stayed out.
As cool as you like Will Johnson.
Man.
Soft between the feet, closed the pegs.
I don't know if it gets any closer. And he never did panic. As we got a moving pick call here on Nepean.
Yeah, Isaac Wills is being very aggressive out the front door. Not the biggest body, pretty slight, but he's setting some pretty mean picks, and he's gotten called for a few here in the second.
Oh, listen, we were talking with Jake Fox before the game here, and that was an emphasis of him and teaching these kids on how to set a proper pick. And clearly, they've bought in. Find the back, find the hips, low push, create that separation. Last minute of play here in the second. Mimico trying to get their fourth. Pass high, feet across. The dart low, and then Fand on the shot. Maybe one more chance coming off the knee of Johnson, who kicks that one all the way back down into the Mimico zone. They'll make changes. Both teams will. Fresh 30 here for the Mountaineers as we're into the 30s.
Last possession.
Yeah, they're about dead even here. Game clock, shot clock. Cosenza. On comes McLeod. Here's the shot, short side, missed it. It'll stay in play. Will it stay on the right side of center? It will not. Knights want the quick whistle, and they won't get it as they didn't pick up the ball cleanly. And now Woods. As the clock running here, I was watching it today. I think they're going to put this thing back up to about 6.9. If all things being fair, yeah.
There.
They called timeout quickly. The clock did not stop as quickly as the timeout was made.
Survivor Cup wish to thank our gold sponsors, East End Convenience on Route 37, the Akwesasne Mohawk Casino Resort Hotel and Spa, Crossroads Tobacco, and the 2019 Can-Am champions, the Akwesasne Bucks Senior Lacrosse Club. Also, thank you to Seaway Motors of Cornwall, Seaway Valley Mega Car Dealer, and thank you to Paul Sisters and Lee Valley Tools.
Indeed. Thank you to all our sponsors here making the Survivors Cup broadcast available for your viewing pleasure right here on the JVI YouTube channel, along with Lacrosse TV, as they have not put any time up on the clock yet.
Yeah.
Okay, it seems to be what they do. Instead of putting time back up on the clock, they're just going to hold the clock for a couple of seconds and count it out manually here, as they get that explanation at the Nepean bench. I think it's just a matter of about 2 seconds here, but when you're dealing with 6 to 4, that makes a difference. So they do hold. And still holding. Still coming in is Firth, as now they start to run it. Ball goes out of play. It'll stay with the Knights here, and again they let the clock run a little bit quickly as some extracurriculars at the whistle here. And I think cooler heads will prevail, and they'll just let the period come to an end. And it ends with a 6-goal lead here for the Knights of Nepean over the Mountaineers of Mimico. 9-3 your score with 20 to play here from the Survivors Cup on day 2. We'll take a quick break here on JVI's YouTube channel and be back with more Survivors Cup action. Third period action is next, and we'll try and find out why they didn't switch ends in that last period as well. We're back after this. Welcome back to Survivors Cup Day 2, Game 1 here from the Anoa Lagoa Arena in Akwesasne. It's Jake Elliott, Teddy Jenner with you on JVI YouTube Channel 2. And it's the Nepean Knights, Ted Jenner, that are up 6 over Mimico here after 40 minutes of play. That has got to be the loudest buzzer in the league right there. 9-3 is your score after 40.
So for those that were wondering, including us and everybody in the arena,
Yes,
the two teams actually started their goalies in the wrong end of the floor.
it happens.
So that when they got to the second period, they said, okay, do you want to switch or do you want to stay in these nets because that's where you're supposed to be? And both teams said, oh, let's just stay here.
Fair enough.
So it was all because they started in the wrong ends of the first period, and now they'll switch. It's where they should have started.
I'll never forget the first Junior A game I played in Victoria. At the start of the second period, I ran the wrong way for about 10 feet off the opening face-off whistle. And you know the guy behind the penalty box, of course you do.
Yeah.
Never let me forget that for the rest of my career. Every game I played in Victoria, hey, Elliot, you're running the wrong way. Blow the whistle, let's place them across. We're underway here in the third period. And, yeah, yes, we'll do that later. Nepean comes up with the opening face-off as they lead this thing by 6 as we start the period 5-on-5. Hertner trying to secure a loose ball. He's got it now. Steps inside, got the shot off. And I don't know how he got to that loose ball first, but that's almost unacceptable. He took the shot, was out of the play, and got back to that loose ball first.
That's just a guy that's hungry for the ball.
And
that's why Nepean's up 6.
It really is. I just think they're outworking him and out-hustling him right now. Wills. Downey, dangling, waiting for a pick. Got one, into the middle he comes, gets the shot off, and it's in the goal.
He was running back to the bench for a transition change, and it trickles past Lever Pereira, and it's a 10-3 game.
Listen, I don't mean to be as hard on Mimico and praise Nepean as much as I feel like we are right now, Teddy, but
just
it's
that way
warranted.
The game's going, yeah.
And listen, you can't lose the tournament in your first game. You can't win it either. So, let's not get ahead of ourselves here, because I think Mimico is going to show a lot better than what they're showing right now in this tournament in the coming days. And I would imagine Nepean may come back to the pack a little bit as well, as the Dark Empire has entered the building. The Northmen are here as they will take on the Akwesasne Indians next. 7:30 face-off right here on JVI Channel 2 from the Anoa Lagoa Arena. And I'm looking forward to that one, Teddy. Indians, Northmen.
Should be a classic.
Nepean with it. Wills got knocked down after a stiff cross-check and a shot clock violation, as the Mountaineers need to get the offense started here. Luck out at center. And there they are again, Teddy, right at the Mimico bench, ready for that pass. And it just looks like Nepean is way more used to playing in this arena than Mimico is.
Yeah, I don't know how many of these Mimico kids probably would have ever played here.
Or in Peterborough, for that matter.
Yeah.
They must have, but it's a unique experience. There's a high shot there off of Lever Pereira. If you've never done it before, and I've never called a game or played or coached or anything with benches on the opposite sides, but it is a definite adjustment.
Yeah, it is. Whether it's offensive transition, defensive transition, where your goalie outlets the ball to, if you're not expecting it, you're going to get lit up.
Collison got a pass to Thompson right near the center line, just stayed on the right side of things. Kerrigan will swat a pass. There's a bounce shot right on. Johnson the save. I'm just getting word that Coburg Arena is also benches on the opposite side.
So some of those Mimico guys may have experienced this before, but it just seems like they're not ready for it. They're not ready for Nepean being right at that front door when they step on.
Wills looking and moving pick call. Cam York will give possession here to the boys in white. There's a nice spin from McLeod, but he can't get to the cage. And he'll wait for support to come on. It comes from Collison. Sizes up his man, got a good screen, lowers the shoulder across the top. Man on the crease, open, and Thompson put it over top of the crossbar, and we got a penalty call coming. Slashing will be the violation made by Andrew Ecclestone. Speaking of referees, just getting a little... Well, Gary slid into my DMs today. I don't know how else to put it. Ian Garrison will be here tomorrow. As I had earlier reported, he was not able to make it this week. He says he's not going to miss it. Favored arena to officiate in. Ian Garrison will be here tomorrow for the rest of the Survivors Cup. 5-on-4, Mimico. Thompson at the point, down to the crease, McLeod. Work it, Collison, big stick fake there. Skip it into the crease, Roussel. He'll come back to McLeod, a rising subber, and had eyes for the short side top corner, but Johnson got the shoulder there in time. Another hard feed for Roussel. New 30 here for the Mountaineers. Thompson's been at the point the entire time. Backs away, got a screen. Here's Collison now. Steps inside, scores! Not a big celebration after that power play goal from Collison, his second of the evening. But it does get the Mountaineers back within 6 at 10-4.
Yeah, I was just about to make the comment that, Finley Thompson not looking to shoot a lot. He was wide open on that back pedal pick, but he decides to skip it across to Collison, who makes no mistake. But I'd like to see Finley Thompson take a little more assertiveness when he has that open shot.
And Stampede Stallion, Philip Sanderson, has a seat down in the stands here just to our broadcast right. If you don't know who that is, listen to Lacrosse Classified. I'll just get that shameless plug in right off the top. And listen to Off the Crossbar, or TCB as well, I suppose. John Grant Jr. this week, Teddy. I got to get that.
Never heard of him.
Yeah. Here comes Firth off the Nepean bench. And Mimico will work a 30 here, and that's really quite wise after kind of giving up that power play goal. That's smart coaching. Come out, get your offense out there. The defense has been working for a while. Work at 30. Whether you get the shot, the goal, or whatever, work at 30. Let your defense get some wind in their lungs.
Absolutely, especially, in a hot, muggy day like today. You want to give your defense as much rest as you can.
Here's Collison looking for another good shoulder stop from Johnson. He turns it out of play. Fresh clock for the Mountaineers. Roussel over the shoulder. Thompson, and he shoveled it wide off the low shot. Roussel on a spinner. Thompson's got the Lucy. He'll get a bump into the end wall. Keeps protecting that ball one-handed. And he'll find Collison. Hard pass down to Roussel. Trying to step inside once again. Spins. Nobody open yet. A little Sean Evans flavor there to Roussel's game. Yeah.
Works hard.
I don't know if I'm allowed to say that and refer to Mimico at the same time. Or...
No, you're definitely not allowed to do that.
Oh, it's done. Can't take it back now. Bea. Again, Nepean slow to change here. As Hertner will go into the near corner. Around the screen. Downey tried to feed back down to the crease. And it goes off the helmet, and Mimico's got it. And the stick of Ethan Brown. Straight up the middle of the turf here as he'll get to the Mimico bench and shovel off to Asensa. Now Kerrigan to Collison. Open is McIntosh, pick and roll. Here it comes. Mimico on the spin, turn, shoot. Johnson stop.
Good reactionary save from Johnson.
Look up the floor, man open. I think that has also been a real key here for for Nepean tonight, as it's been one and done for the most part. They haven't got those second and third opportunities that really tires out a defense to either give up a good opportunity or take a penalty.
And the shot total keeps growing in favor of Mimico. They're out shooting Nepean 30-21, but most of those are pretty easy saves for Will Johnson.
10-4 Knights. McLeod on the spin trying to get underneath. They'll give it to Collison. Look across the floor. Man open as Roussel steps into the middle of the floor. Kick stop. Big rebound. But it's cleaned up. But we're going to get an interference call. And again, I made mention of it last night. I don't mind those interference calls right there. The guy comes to the top of your crease and the ball is loose. Take a fresh clock. Get your defense set up. And don't give up a cheap one in front of your net. Loose ball in front of the Nepean bench here. It's dug out by the Mountaineers. Double teamed and a slash right on the shaft there, and you could tell that one stung. McIntosh, who is still kind of trying to shake that one off, and he left his stick behind as well.
Tried to give a Nepean defender a little late poke, and
he took that right on the thigh as he kind of pulled up his short leg looking at that one. You could hear the sound clearly up here in the broadcast booth. I think it might have been his own stick that went off his leg. And last night, between the Medicine Men and Indians in the opening game of the Survivors Cup, boy, oh boy, did we see some stick swinging in that one. Hard shiver there with the shoulder. There from Langiel. Here's Thompson. Looks, has a shot. That one deflected on the way. McLeod's got it off the end wall. 4 in the shot clock. Tried a bad angle as he was late and had to get something towards the goal, but missed it. And Nepean up with it quickly.
a lot of heads hanging on that Mimico offense as they run off the floor. Just unable to get any flow, any chemistry, and it's just frustrating them in no end right now.
Yeah, and at this point, I don't think you're coming back all the way in this one, but you do want to try and generate some momentum, and that's not going to help there. As Isaac Wills, who's been noticeable here tonight, Teddy, gets one to the back of the goal, and it's the biggest lead of the night now for the Knights at 11-4.
Yeah,
and we got a timeout.
There's just another case of Mimico defenders not talking, communicating. They lost Wills in the shuffle, and a nice slip pick gets the front of the net and buries it to make it 11-4 with 10.5 to play.
Another chance to pay some bills here on the broadcast. Thank you to Seaway Motors of Cornwall, your Seaway Valley mega car dealer. And thank you to Paul's Sisters and Lee Valley Tools as well. The Survivors Cup Committee wishes to send out a big thank you to Kurt Stiers of the Halifax Thunderbirds of the National Lacrosse League. I'm not sure anybody supports lacrosse quite like Kurt Stiers does, especially when it comes to the Indigenous teams, Teddy. The man puts his money where his mouth is. He really does.
He certainly does, and he's done a lot for local communities in the area and continues to give back to the sport. As we take a look at the Orangeville Northmen, there's Mike Benedict and Brucey Codd having a chat.
The Honey Badger, he's here. Rusty Kruger, I'm sure, prowling around the confines as well somewhere. At least I hope he is. It's been a while since I've seen Crooks.
I've seen him. He's here.
Collison. Here comes the Mimico offense once again with half a period to go here in this third. It's Collison off the glove of Johnson, then off the arm of Blackauja.
He's looked the most dangerous of the Mimico forwards, has Collison. Has that big, heavy outside shot, and he's used it to his advantage a couple of times.
Seems like Thompson is the setup guy. Collison is the trigger man. Couldn't get that shot through cleanly, however. And the Knights will outlet bench side, but nobody really home. And good work there from Kerrigan to almost steal it away. 8-second count is on, and they can't clear. And that's really kind of the first time we've seen the pressure from Mimico be effective.
Yeah, Johnson just kind of threw it to a spot. You know, usually when you break out, you have a guy to your left, a guy to your right, and Will Johnson just kind of threw it to a spot thinking his guy was be there, but the Nepean Knight defenders were already in mid-change.
Shots on goal now 32-22 in favor of the Mountaineers. As that shot skips wide, it's going to bound out near center here, and that'll be a back over and back violation. Tomato. There's another possession here for Cam York and the Knights. So not looking like we'll play stop time here in the third period with a 7-goal lead for Nepean.
Delayed penalty coming up here against the Mountaineers.
Oh, almost touch up here. Now they will.
Be a holding call. Looks like it's going to be Cole Begley. Off to Drexel.
Got the Carolina blue sheets. Going to have to switch those up. Can't wear those around campus at Drexel.
Join his brother Carter there. He was rated one of the top defenders in high school by Inside Lacrosse. So,
well, a real pipeline from British Columbia down to Drexel as well. You think about the likes of Robert Church and Benny McIntosh, and then rebowering, of course, recently. And they've had a Cole Schaefer, they've had a long list of Canadians attend Drexel Dragon Country. And here come the Mountaineers with a chance, and Johnson just took the shooter the entire way, who was on the wrong side of the floor. And that's good defense there from Nepean as well to kind of take away maybe the bigger scoring threat and make the right-hander shoot from the wrong side.
Absolutely. Goalies will pick the guy they want to shoot and communicate that to their defenders. And Will Johnson knew he wanted the defender to shoot that, stayed with him. made an easy save.
I know Mimico shorthanded here as well, but down 7, third period. He can't really waste any time. Got to go to goal. They do get a shot off that ends up out of play. They'll get another 30 to work with.
Yeah, nice job there by Owen Williams, trying to get that ball on target, get the reset, kill some time. But yeah, like you said, Jake, they're down 7. They need to start getting to the hoop and start creating some offense.
I don't know if they're going to start pulling the goaltender, especially when they only got one and making him run here in game 1 down 7. I'm not sure that's quite worth it. We'll see the strategy employed by the Mountaineers coaching staff here in the coming shifts, but just one game tomorrow for Mimico. They'll play 2 on Saturday. Tomorrow, Nepean will double down, as will the Northmen. So every team will have to go through it. And tomorrow it'll be Nepean and Orangeville that do it.
10 seconds left on the minor. And Mimico looking like they're just going to try to run it out, but they're also running out of 30-second shot clock time.
That shot goes wide. McLeod will just keep it in the zone. I think Nepean probably happy to just run possessions here and try and run the Mountaineers out of time. I think 11 is going to be plenty here this evening. Hertner, as we're back to even strength, got some room in the middle, and it gets stopped there from Lever Pereira, who dropped down to protect the lower part of the goal and hung on to the rebound as well.
Pereira has been much better here in the third period.
Look, honestly, I don't know how many of the 11 you can put on him either.
No.
There's a hard pick in the back, and going down rather easily, I will say, is Tassé, but I guess if you get the call, it works. As soon as he felt the stick on the back, it was like he was diving in for the 200-meter breaststroke. Maybe the butterfly. Nothing?
No.
Okay. There's Firth, backhand shot right on. The medley. We'll get a penalty call here.
Yeah, that's a late hit by Cole Begley on Isaac Wills.
Roughing going to be the call here.
And Wills still having words, and Wills just got another one.
I don't think that's going to endear him to the coaching staff very much. And probably in safe territory if you're going to take an undisciplined penalty like Wills just took, but that'll kind of go down in the folder, and I'm sure there'll be a conversation later tonight about that one. He did take a two-hander and then a high cross-check as well, and kind of hard to maintain your composure after getting a beat down. Oh, look at this. Flying elbow drop at the end of that as well. And you can see why he kind of got up in frustration and had some words to say.
So Mimico pulling their goaltender, going to go 5-on-4 here as there's coincidental minors.
That's the right move. It's Collison, sidearm. He's got another. And what has he got, Teddy? 3 out of the 5.
2 of them been on the power play as well.
Gets the Mountaineers within 6, but just 4 minutes to go, as that'll go down as a even strength goal with the goaltender pulled. Scribble out your little power play marker there. 34-25 your shots on goals. We bring you back to center floor here on JVI. And the Nepean Knights win another face-off, and the face-off man just got pitchforked right to the ground. And he gets up feeling the effects.
Yeah, Colin McKinnon.
Zach McDonald got right into him on the draw. I think he took it in a sensitive area, if you know what I'm saying.
The big toe.
That's not what I'm talking about. 3:20 to play. Pick and roll. Here's the chance. Bounce shot, count it. And I believe that's Pelche with his 3rd.
And it's starting to get chippy here.
It is. And maybe a little tone setting for the rest of the week here for these two teams, which wouldn't be all that surprising.
They may face each other again in this tournament at some point. The 3-4 game or the 1-2 game on Sunday.
Speaking of, I believe we have a beautiful graphic we can put up for the upcoming schedule as I tee up my man Matthew Carrick for that. As we'll go back to center here before we get that on your screen. Taking this draw is Lassenbach. And Mimico will win it. Whenever you're ready, Matt, you can pop that up quickly. Here comes McLeod down the pipe, and that's kicked away by Johnson. Thompson will corral the loose ball. Got tripped up, but got the pass off in time. 2:20 to go in this one. Don't forget Orangeville and Akwesasne coming up next. Sidearm shot, and it's in. Thompson finally shows up on the score sheet in the goal department, and it's 12-6.
And that's kind of what I was talking about. I'd like to see him just take a little more initiative.
Nothing special there,
no,
really.
Just beat his man on a quick jab step, got to the center of the floor, created some space for his hands and feet, and ripped that one past Will Johnson.
There we go, upcoming schedule. You can see it there.
Full day of games Friday and Saturday.
Settle in. Thank goodness I stole the comfy chair here this day 2. It's gonna be a long one tomorrow. You're feeling it. I know you didn't do it.
I'm okay.
Okay. I got the bad hip and the back and then all the rest. It's gonna be a long day, man. This is McLeod looking back door. And pretty good defense over there on the clamp was Lassenbach. Pushed in the crease, still got the shot off. Johnson stopped it anyway out of the stick of Roussel. As we approach the final 60 seconds here of game 1 on day 2. So maybe a couple of possessions each here left in this one. But the Indians of Akwesasne, who started out 1-0 with a 10-6 victory over the Medicine Men last night. The Nepean Knights will start their tournament 1-0 with a rather convincing victory over Mimico here, who do call timeout with 37.7 to go.
You know, folks at home might be saying, oh, it's 12-6, why are you calling a timeout? Well, it's the first game of the tournament. You still got 3 more games to go.
Time to work on some stuff.
Trying to work on some stuff, and it's been a struggle for Mimico all game. And an opportunity for the offense just to kind of get one more positive note out of this game.
Building starting to fill up a little bit with the anticipation of the Orangeville Northmen and Akwesasne Indians coming up at 7:30. Don't forget, we will carry the opening ceremonies for you on this feed, JVI YouTube channel 2. And the rest of the weekend will be going on channel 1. Free of charge, streaming live right here from Anoa Lagoa, excuse me. I had it going all game, and then I just butchered it.
There was talks of, having people pay for these games, but unfortunately we were not able to make that happen. So as you are watching these games...
Well, fortunately, I think for
yes,
people.
Very
for
fortunate, but we were, helping to raise money for the Akwesasne Freedom School as well as Caring Hearts. If you would like to make donations to those charities, we would be more than happy to put those in your name to those 2 charities. This tournament is helping to benefit them, and they are great programs, and hopefully we can raise a little bit money for them in the end.
We will talk about that talk about those 2 charities for the entire week here, and rightly so. As of course Caring Hearts dealing with those survivors with mental health issues, and the Freedom School, of course, and we all know what has been happening in our country with the residential schools, and a lot of trauma and pain being dealt with from our Indigenous communities. So any donations will go a long way to helping those causes. Empty net, go for it, why not? A little selfish there, I might say, but time will expire. He missed it twice. There'll be fines handed out for Mr. Tesse for that for sure, but his Nepean Knights successful in their opening game here at the Survivors Cup, as Mimico actually outshoots Nepean 38-26, but it's the Knights who outscore Mimico 12-6 and start this tournament 1-0. So after 2 games, Nepean 1-0, Akwesasne 1-0. Orangeville gets their chance next. It's coming up at 7:30. We'll keep it here for the player of the game.
I'd imagine it would be Will Johnson. Would be my pick. If not Will Johnson, Nick Pelche.
Yeah,
who had the hat trick.
I think I'm going goaltender Will Johnson in this one, who stopped 32 of 38 shots here. Pelche was strong. You're right about that. And we'll just have to wait and see. As Mikey Benedict still doing the honors here for game number 2, I believe. And I think a brand new lacrosse set being handed out here courtesy of Sanderson Sports as well. I think everybody's going to be required to exit the building and then come back in so they can sanitize the arena between matches here as well tonight, as we're just getting word from the PA. Fournier presenting. And it is the Knights goaltender, Johnson, who receives players that I don't know what he's going to do with that head, Teddy. It's not a goalie head.
String it up.
Why not?
Sell it.
All right, that is going to wrap up game number 1 on day number 2 here from the Survivors Cup on JVI. Once again, your final score, Nepean 12, Mimico 6. We're back at 7:30 for Orangeville and Akwesasne, as the two teams, I believe, are going to get a picture at center here. Love to see that. And don't forget, yeah, shake hands as well. And opening ceremonies coming up after this as well. Check it out here on the YouTube channel on JVI. For our entire production crew here on JVI and Lacrosse TV, for Teddy Jenner, I've been Jake Elliott. And for the fastest game on 2 feet, and for the creator, we'll talk to you at 7:30 here on JVI.